welcome to the penultimate episode of ITW Toxic Before Jingle Bell Rock, held in front of a sold-out crowd of 3,600 people in the Foxwoods Resort Casino. Once again, we start off with a segment of 59 in a terrible match. Griff Garrison defeats JT Dunn in 10-5-6 by pinfall with an Ivy League destroyer. Griff Garrison wasn't on the show that much recently, and then last week I remembered he exists. So here he is in a match. And both men getting a 36. The announcing and color commentary gave the match a boost. Of course, the more unhinged Brian Pillman Jr. did good work at ringside. Of course, probably is a little bit distracting for Garrison. And both men were unimportant, so the crowd did not give a shit. Garrison did consistent, and of course they didn't give a shit. Segment of 60, hyping next week. I didn't put Daniels in this segment because they don't, off screen, they don't know how many more appearances he has left. I think he has at least 2. If he doesn't, then we're fucked. If he does, then we're not. If he has less than 2, then that goes my main event. That's gonna have to get changed really fucking quickly. Segment of 63, basically just hyping up the match later on tonight. Samoa Joe pretty pissed after last week. Diego Fatu tried to attack him during his promo, so now he's ready to manhandle Fatu and destroy him. So, because, well, another thing, if Fatu is taken out, all that's left is Jeff Cobb. And if Jeffrey is all that's left, then Joe will finally get to the source of, the last 6 weeks of annoyance. That's all it started. Cobb came and challenged him, and then it was like, I don't want to fight you for 5 weeks. Same lane of 36, hyping up another match later on. Myron Reed very clearly taped up in the ribs, or taped up in the back in the rib area. After the attack last week between Strickland, even though he shouldn't be on TV this week, should be recovering, he is still on the show, and he has teamed up with Alex Shelley and Trey Miguel for later on, as those three men will face the entire group of the investment. It'll be a 3-on-3 6-man tag team match. It's another hype thing. We're just hyping up matches later on. They all make sense. They all coincide. It's just I didn't want them to just happen. I want to have more big build up to it. And also I don't want just random promos. So here you go, promo cut. It's still kind of random, but helps add on to stuff. Speaking of random segment reign of 52. Random match. The bout that had a decent match from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Timothy Thatcher defeated Willie Mack in 11:57 by pinfall with a London Bridge falling down. Timothy Thatcher getting a 55, Willie Mack getting a 44. No issues there. No complaints. Good match. I wanted to push up Willie Mack a bit, then each time I want to book someone else to win. It's he's a considerable person. It's okay, I guess I'd have to lose. Also, fun little fact, speaking on unimportance and stuff and wanting to book people to be good, Myron Reed is not unimportant anymore. He is above non-important. He is now recognisable. Poggers. Same lane of 65, Bryan Danielson having a good old wrestling match against PJ Black in a decent match. Bryan Danielson defeated PJ Black in 13:50 by submission with a label lock to win 65. Bryan Danielson getting a 77. He's that good. In 77. PJ Black getting a 38. That gives me good hopes for the Daniels match. Unless they have shit chemistry, then that's going to be an issue. PJ Black was inconsistent and has declining physical ability. This gives me good hope for the Christopher Daniels Bryan Danielson match at the pay-per-view. Makes me really good hope. Oh, so made a 48 Silver. He's backstage. He's very distraught, very pissed after, you know, losing last week. He promised that he'd get the shot and then beat Danielson. Then he loses to Christopher Daniels. And kind of pissed. And then he looks up and he finds, you know, Brian Pillman Jr., you know, you see him, you know, frantically tweeting on social media. You know, he still wants that Tanahashi match. It seems very unlikely he wants that Tanahashi match. Why does he want it? Like, he wants to prove he's the best. Why is this a sudden change in his character? So Silver vs. Brian Pillman Jr. is up next. Because, you know, Silver's like, it's Silver, you know, he feels sorry. It's kind of like laughs at him and like, if you really think Tanahashi's gonna answer your message, and then Pillman's like, yeah, did you really think you'd be able to get another shot against Danielson? And then, you know, blood boils matchup up next. Then rate of 53 in a decent match. Brian Pillman Jr. defeats Silver in 16:22. Silver held momentum from a lot of it, but then, you know, started getting into his head, like getting a little bit egotistical, a little bit cocky. The anger mixed with it, and then, you know, he tried, you know, just messing with Pillman Jr. and they had managed to get him roll up, and then you got the 1, 2, 3. Silver's absolutely shocked. Pillman ecstatic. He rolled out of the ring, very happy. He just defeated a former world title contender. But it's not what he wants. He still wants Tanahashi. 7 reign of 67. Not 67, 7 reign 53. A 53 for Pillman Jr. A 67 for Silver. There you go. Brian Pillman Jr. was inconsistent. And then post-match, 9 reign of 51. Silver, you know, he grabs the mic. It's like, for like the last, like 3-4 weeks, I've wanted Hiroshi Tanahashi for the New Japan Pro Wrestling United States Championship. And for the last 3 to 4 weeks, he's been avoiding me like a coward. Tanahashi, if you are watching this show, I hope you realise that I will get you at some point. And then his music hits. It's Hiroshi Tanahashi. He's in the building. And everything Pillman was saying stops. Joy overcomes his face. He drops the mic. Yeah, his fists are clenched. Of course, he's not gonna fight, but he just doesn't know what's gonna happen. Tanahashi stares down Pillman Jr. as the crowd goes wild, holds up her mic, and says, "You're on." Of course, I don't know how good he is with English. He might be speaking good English, I don't know. But for the sense of like the big things, like "You're on." It's like, oh my god, no! He gets the match! He's got the match! Pillman faces Tanahashi out from Jiggle Bell Rock for the New Japan United States title. Stuff like that. You know, to get like the commentators go, yeah. You get it. Second lane of 6. Oh, this show's gonna be good. This show's gonna be good. Second lane of 61 in a decent match. Samoa Joe, like he said, manhandles Jacob Fatu in 12:23 by pinfall with a muscle buster. The move that ended Tyson Kidd's entire career took down Jacob Fatu. You know, add that little extra oomph to it. Because he said he was going to manhandle, he was pissed and he hit the muscle buster. Samoa Joe putting in a performance of a 70, Jacob Fatu with a 56. And now, with Fallah Bahh taken out of the group entirely, pushed back down towards jobber territory, and Jacob Fatu taken out with a muscle buster. All that leaves is Jeff Cobb. And that's gonna be interesting. And the main event of the evening, sending rating of 50. The investment, all three of them versus Myron Reed and Full Throttle in a decent match. The investment pick up the win against the trio in 15:54 when Chris Bay pins Alex Shelley with an art of finesse. Chris Bay getting a 57, Leo Rush with a 59, Jay Strickland with a 55, Trey Miguel with a 55, Alex Shelley with a 53, and Myron Reed doing the worst, by the way, with a 50, which is still pretty decent. Match was good, we considered a lot of bonuses from people. A lot of bonuses. Shane Strickland was inconsistent, slacking. And then post-match, they went off 44 Myron Reed is down. He got taken out they were taken out like midway in the match because, you know, of his like stitched up his taped up ribs and chest and stomach and back. And then post match, you know, as the investment, you know, keeping back Full Throttle, you know, beating them down a little bit, making sure they don't get in the way. Shane Strickland gets Myron Reed and puts him back into the ring. And as, you know, he is handed... I was just handed a chair, but I just handed him a regular chair this time. He's gonna go and inflict further damage onto Myron Reed when Jonathan Gresham runs out and makes the save. He's retired after a few weeks off due to the injury. He slides into the ring. Shane Strickland goes for a chair shot to the head. Gresham ducks, bounces off the rope, and then clobbers him with a clothesline. And then Strickland gets hit with a second clothesline. And then Gresham goes and tries to lock in the octopus stretch, but Strickland manages to get out of it and then roll out of the ring. And then Gresham calls for the other two to follow him out, and then they leave as Gresham, you know, stands tall, saving Myron Reed, and is ready to get revenge on Shane Strickland. A pretty depressing way to end the show for 44. I still hope it's going to do good. It's going to do good. 59, fine with that. Pretty damn good. I mean, yeah. These two put it down. It's still a pretty good show. As I did have Tanahashi, you can see I still used him in the match. It's fine. Pretty good show. Next episode will be the final episode of ICW Toxic before the pay-per-view. Holy damn, that's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be pretty cool. We hope we'll see you guys for that one. Take care. And I'm just saying different outros now. You know, take care.